Hey guys, and welcome back to Wind Waker HD. It's time to do the second half of the hunt for the Triforce of Courage. We've come to Windfall Island. If you remember, Miss Marie, she had trouble with those little shits who like to run about and puff out their chests and pretend to be big boys. But what she really wants, what she really craves, are joy pendants. So we need to bring her 20 of the buggers, or 21 if you want to be technical, because the first one is just to trigger the thing, then she'll need 20 of them. It can kind of throw you off if you're not careful.
So the school teacher dealing with shitty kids just needs some hot sudden lovin'. Gotcha.
Don't know if I'd quite describe it as that, but sure, let's roll. Okay, so you say you want one, then you up things to 20. That's quite the jump.
Yeah, no, I like this. Like, no, there's no way I could possibly take one from you, but I could totally have a clear conscience if you brought me 20. Yeah, okay.
I have to say, I don't honestly think much of the Game Grumps playthrough of Wind Waker. I loved the abridged version with all the funny bits. It's what I listened to when I was recording this, for example. But Egoraptor was totally right when he fucking raged at Miss Marie, because he had 20 on the dot, so when he gave her one, he only had 19 left, and she wouldn't accept them.
It's like you're making a payment at school. It's like, but look, I have 800 of the 1,000 I owe you. Can't you just, take that for now and I'll be back? No. We're gonna need it all up front.
He's like, you're a teacher, 1 plus 19 is fucking 20.
No. 1 to trigger a cutscene plus 20 is 21. Learn to math, Egoraptor.
Some bullshit. But at least we've got our own pad cabana now.
Oh, baby. Hopefully equipped with cabana boys.
What rating was Wind Waker again?
S for sexy?
Whatever. It's located at coordinate E5, so I guess we could just warp over there and give it a look. It's south of the Tower of the Gods, I believe.
Look at all these shitty me-post tingle balls just being left behind. I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of Miiverse, unless it's like a community forum like on Splatoon. Other than that, it's like, I really don't give a fuck what you have to say about the Great Sea, random kid in Kansas. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you open up one of the tingle things. Oh, I can't believe Zelda was chic. It's like, you're not even spoiling the right game, mate. Get it together.
If I want shitty Miiverse posts, I will just look on my Twitter and follow that account.
Indeed. Splatoon's Miiverse community is fucking great, though, especially when they all came together to, pay respects to Iwata, who we honestly haven't brought up yet, mostly because, it kind of still stung. But, they gave him a shout out at Evo, so I think we'd be remiss if we didn't give him a shout out here. Thank you for Kanto.
Oh yeah, he did that.
He fucking programmed the shit out of Gold and Silver to make it so an entire another region could be fit in.
Yep, and then the English translator went and fucked it all up.
Whatever, it's the fault that counts. Did you ever dream of having your own island or sailing the seas as a child, Mexi?
Are we going back to your MMO idea? Because I've already said that it was a pretty sick idea and that Nintendo's never going to fucking do it.
No, I meant, just personally.
Oh yeah, I want my own island. And as for the sea, I have family in Puerto Rico. I lived there a couple years. I fucking love the ocean. So, yeah, I would love to be a pirate.
Sometimes I forget that your username is a portmanteau of Mexican and Puerto Rican.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's American. It's like, that's also technically the same thing with Puerto Rican, but shh. It just gets so confusing. That's why I always tell people to go with NBM. Let's just save everyone confusion and everyone a fucking tongue twister.
This door went from being, really abrasive to really creepy in just a blink of an eye.
Hey, at least the doorknob is in a very safe for work area.
Oh, yeah, oh, Jesus, that could have been so much more creepy. The cabana, it has a few things of interest. It has these, ceramic/china pots that we can just break and get a bunch of rupees. It's got a sliding puzzle with a few, levels, I believe. Not gonna bother with that, because, I get confused when it comes to sliding puzzles, unless it's the one in Resident Evil 4, which you can solve in about 4 moves.
Oh, it's a 15 block puzzle. Yeah, I actually, I took some time to learn the math on those, because those can actually be solved with, like, I'm trying to think of the word, but there's actually a formula for how to get the number of moves down on those types of puzzles, because I was looking it up in preparation of a certain RPG playthroughs, but, yeah, I knew nothing about 15 block puzzles, and now I know a little too much about 15 block puzzles.
I know you said you didn't do the Triforce one, but did you ever come to the cabana?
I've seen it. Okay, so here's the thing. I never played it, like, on my own file.
Okay.
Like, I borrowed someone else's file, and then, like, I went through all this crap on the original, but, like, the first time I played it, I stopped. Never touched it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to see someone else beat this game for me way before streaming, so I must have been psychic or some shit. And but no, eventually I just borrowed someone else's file that he had like half of them or some shit, and so I got the second half. So I have done the cabana.
Well, it's like with me, I never actually finished Superstar Saga, Mario and Luigi by the way, using my own file. It was always my mate's file. I think I was just a tad under-leveled when I got to the final place, and I could just never beat the final boss, but maybe we'll do it for HFC someday, who knows. What I like about the cabana is just the implications, and I may be overthinking this, but this is the home of a teacher, and the fact that she comes to this, like, idyllic getaway just to relax and, you know, de-stress from all the stress and rigour of school with those 4 students of hers.
Of public education.
Yeah, exactly. And then you see what's down here. It's just a little bit frightening.
This is what happens when you fuck her over and score badly on your standardized tests.
Oh no, I'm not talking about rats and like grates and dirty water and whatnot. Just wait until you see what's waiting for us.
I will still stand by my previous statement. When a teacher's pay is affected by how her kids do on a standardized test, they're essentially fucking her over anytime they're a little shit on those things. Plus, it's kind of weird that the female teacher calls it her bachelor pad.
Yeah, a little bit. Or maybe she was just trying to, like, I don't know, make it appropriate for us.
Yeah, it's probably just a gender-neutral term in Japanese.
Oh, I wonder what's down this hole. Oh my god, zombies!
Nah!
There's dead bodies underneath a teacher's cabana. What the fuck?
Miss Marie, I swear I'll bring you more joy pendants. It puts the lotion on its skin or else it brings me joy pendants.
Oh my god.
Oh, Miss Marie, this is what public education has brought you.
I have to say that I like the touch of the soil having, like, different shells and whatnot in it, just showing how far underground you actually are.
See, that's something that I thought they would have done with the Earth Temple, since it seems like you're going through at least 2 stratas of the Earth's core, or crust, whatever.
Finally.
Do we even know if Miss Marie knows about this place, though?
I guess she never bothered to inspect her fireplace.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like maybe she got it as a foreclosure and it was super cheap because, you know, the previous owner had necro issues. And so then she got the cabana for cheap and she didn't want it no more, so she gave it to us.
Kinda makes you wonder, why is there a roaring fire in the middle of, like, a heat wave?
I'm not gonna lie, I have occasionally started fires in my fireplace on hot summer days. It's actually kinda nice.
I guess it depends on how hot or cold you are. Just because you're hot doesn't mean you're going to be hot, as strange as that sounds.
Yeah, it's sort of like when I order slushies in the middle of winter. Like, sometimes you just want hot things on hot days and cold things on cold days.
Right?
It happens.
Usually when I have ice cream, I have a cup of tea with it. I'm just weird like that.
Well, that's balance. Well, there's nothing weird about that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it'll be blizzarding out here. We already got 2 inches of snow. It's like, you guys wanna go get ice cream or something?
I want to get the hell out of here. This place is giving me the willies.
Again, at least it's an appropriate doorknob to escape.
Oh god, from one case of the Necros to another, we're going to have to go and get the ghost ship chart now from coordinate A6 Diamond Step/Steppy Isle.
Yeah, see, this was definitely one thing that my friend had already done before me. This is still one part of the Triforce hunt I really, really don't like. Is, again, it's still a case of getting a chart to get a chart to get a shard, but nowhere near as bad as, Triforce Chart 5 in Japanese, but it still irks me that I have to do what seems to be a completely irrelevant side quest to then get the chart to do the chart. It really should just be 8 charts that you can get by normal chart means to 8 shards. So even though they cut out a lot, I feel like they could have cut even more.
Also, if you think about it from a story perspective, what is the ghost ship if it's connected to, Triforce pieces?
An ancient Hylian warship?
Huh.
Yeah, maybe they were guarded with protecting it, and they are so bound to their duty and honor that even in death, they guard the Triforce chart.
Possibly.
That's some lore for you.
Wait, are those seagulls? Oh no!
Shit!
Thankfully, we don't have to put up with any of its shit anymore. Bombs away!
But what team is it on?
Don't, Mexi, don't pretend you play Splatoon.
I know, I was trying. I still have no fucking idea what you guys are talking about. All I know is memes and their dankness, and you guys are apparently really bad at this game compared to the Japanese, so get good, sons.
Hey, I might be bad. Don't lump Volk or Flame in with me, thank you very much. If you actually get it dead on, you can take out an eye in one hit, as opposed to 1 or 2 with a boomerang, but whenever I get more ammo, I tend to be a bit more free with my shots.
You're not going to use it for anything else, man. You're not doing any bomb clips, so, hey, have at it. It's not like we're going to see a Tingle hover here.
Refresh my memory, what is a Tingle hover?
Or, not Tingle, it's a zombie hover, and what it pretty much is that, the priority for a jump, like in a jump slash, and Link falling and dying, they're different. So in most Zelda games, when Link runs out of health and he falls and dies, that is the top priority. No matter what is going on screen, that is triggered and it occurs. In Wind Waker Original, it has a lower priority. So there are some actions that take a precedence over it and also prevent it from triggering. One being, he has to be on the ground. So you can lose all your hearts in the air, but Link does not die until he falls.
Okay.
So what happens is that Link dies, and the game tries to, kill him, but meanwhile you do a jump, and you alternate them fast enough where the game is he's dying, no he's jumping, no he's dying, no he's jumping, and so what happens is that you do that fast enough, and you start to levitate. So the problem then is the second you hit the ground, you will die.
Yeah.
So what happens is that the Tingle Tuner, you can buy fairies or hearts from Tingle. And so once you're done dying and not dying up to a certain height in the air and you land in your desired location, you either use a fairy that you've bottled or you buy a heart from Tingle and it revives you.
Nice. Is that the whole thing? Because it was going on for quite a bit.
That's pretty much it. It's just you're alternating between dying and not dying, and that's why it's a zombie hover.
Okie-doke. Speaking of things that are dead, you may have noticed that the ghost ship is actually patrolling this island, so I got very lucky with this run. I'm not sure if it appears when you come here the first time, but once we get the chart, we can actually enter the vessel, so hooray for RNG, I guess.
I really don't like that they do that. Just let me enter. If the ghost ship is right there, just because I don't have a chart, nothing stops me from finding buried treasure just because, I didn't have the chart, so I don't get dibsies. No.
Yeah.
If I happen to get lucky and dig in the right spot on the beach and find gold, guess what? My gold.
Yes, this is one of those types of mazes.
Oh goody. It's like we're trying to be Turtle Rock again. Or no, there's also some of these in Swamp Palace. Trying to think of other dungeons that have these in the 2D games. Dang.
Very satisfying to just take out one of these guys, especially with all the guff they can potentially give you in the Earth and Wind temples.
I still think that their design is a bit too silly. I mean, they match the art, the cartoony art style, yes, but I don't know. I guess it's just their history of being a pretty creepy and annoying enemy.
Yeah.
Just to have them be a lanky arm is like, oh, that's, well, you're cute, I guess.
You're adorable.
Although I do like that now they will use pots against you. They're using the fact that they are a giant hand. Also, the game is super nice to just leave Deku sticks in case maybe you've run out of magic and can't use fire arrows no more.
Wow, that one was very dangerously placed. It was like literally as I came out of the jar.
It's probably intentional.
You got a chart.
So we got a chart on how to find a ghost ship on a wreck ship in a cave. Also, I'm pretty sure that there is a trick shot that you can like just hook shot all the way up there right away. Those are all over this game. They're all over all Zelda game. The hook shot will always be. It's never quite the broken item of the game, but it's always super handy and has clever little things that break the game.
The thing about the ghost ship is that it will appear at like different places in the Great Sea depending on what phase of the moon is currently out. So I guess I just got extremely lucky, and if you'll allow me to check my notes, A6 Diamond Step Isle is the place that we can currently find it. So let's sail into it with reckless abandon. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Wow, this is really underwhelming.
Okay, see, in the original version, that texture that's going through the floor was actually really fucking creepy. Just because it wasn't quite as sharp. So you couldn't tell if they were, like, normal faces, or if they're... In this, you can tell they look very much like Shy Guys or whatever.
Yeah.
But you also couldn't tell if it was liquid, if it was foggy, and... Here, the sharpness actually hurts it, and that does happen a lot with a lot of textures in older games, is that once you, if it's meant to be ambiguous and you make it sharp, you ruin the illusion.
It's kind of like disco lighting.
At this point, yeah. It's like someone turned on a fog machine and the light above is set to Shy Guy setting.
I think this is one area where they kind of got a little bit lazy, because you got like a whiz robe and a couple of pose. That's it. You couldn't have maybe thrown in a Stalfos as well. You know, it's dead. Why isn't it invited to the Necrocon?
Yeah, like I said, they could have lowered it the fuck up and made this an ancient Hylian ship that's well, it's guarding a chart of the Triforce. It would make sense that, you know, the princess or the king, whatever, ordered... Okay, see, it's not a chart. It's an actual piece of the Triforce. Then yes. Then wouldn't the king of Hyrule be like, take this shard, go out in the ocean, never come back?
It's a good job that I don't need to collect any more rupees, because I was kind of kicking myself for not breaking the jars first. I completely forgot that it just kicks you out once you get the shard.
It does, and I do remember when that was an old school money grinding trick, was just spawning the ghost ship, breaking those jars, leaving, and then coming back, and then just... Because those jars will respawn with all those rupees. So you would just farm the ghost ship.
Oh, speaking of farming, I completely forgot to mention this when we were dealing with the joy pendants, but the best place I found in the game for finding joy pendants, because I was short by about 5, I think, because I wasn't really going out of my way to get them this time around, is if you go into Dragon Roost Cavern, you know, the dungeon itself, there is a room right at the beginning with 2 bokoblins, and if you use your grappling hook on them to pull the joy pendants out, you can get 2 at a time, you know, 1 from each of them. Don't kill them. Go through the door ahead and then come back, and you can just repeat and repeat until you've got as many as you need.
Oh yeah, see, I was thinking that you exit the dungeon, but that would actually be slower because you'd have to deal with the load time. But yeah, I didn't know that their joy pendants would respawn just by being in a different room. Nice.
Alright, next up, Triforce Shard 7, G1, Overlook Island.
We're saving the worst for last, aren't we?
Oh, yes we are, mate, but don't you worry, it is heavily abridged.
Thank God. Alright, this one needs the hook shot. Again, a story block of sorts.
Uh-huh.
We can't have you having the Triforce too soon, otherwise when Coral tells you that we need a Triforce and you already got it, it would be super awkward. But seriously, it's kind of disappointing that I know a lot of people before Wind Waker, an issue was, oh, we don't get the Triforce. Like, I mean, that's what happened at the end of freaking A Link to the Past, and in Ocarina of Time, yeah, you have it, but you don't really get it. Majora's Mask, you definitely don't get it. And so it was interesting that they brought back actually getting the Triforce, and then it's in this kind of manner.
Yeah, I could mention like another couple of games that it appears in, but they're well. I probably shouldn't say that either. Even mentioning the time when they came out is sort of a spoiler.
Although I do like how they learned from this mistake. They didn't just drop the idea of a worldwide hunt. Like, oh, we didn't do it right. Let's never do that ever again. Like they tried it again with Twilight Princess with the owl statue hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And that one worked out really well. I mean, yeah, it's still a kind of a slow section of the game, but it's there also working as a pacing tool, because you just did 3 or 4. No, you did 3 really good dungeons, and now you're ready to hit the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And after that point, the game just keeps going, and it goes at a really fast speed. So I guess it's pretty okay to have that last little slow down in pacing.
Okay, we've got another mini dungeon on our hands. The enemies are a bit tougher this time around, so I hope you've girded your loins, so to speak, and filled out your armories.
Hopefully you have the 99 bombs and just throw them at everything. Wish it was a 2D game so bombs could be super OP, but they're pretty useful with 3D elsewise.
I should just give you all a forewarning. I was quite tired from over-recording at this point, so if the gameplay ain't perfect, be thankful at least I edit out the major mistakes.
It wasn't just recording, it was over-recording.
Yeah, well, you know, when you put like a block of, oh, I'll just record for an hour, and you end up recording for free just to get one bit of footage. Yeah, welcome to Let's Plays.
Yeah. That hurts, actually.
Uh-huh.
Man, the Stalfos are being so silly looking. They actually take a lot of hits. It's kind of crazy.
So there you go, there's the animation for it reforming. Don't say I never do anything for you all.
God damn it, Wind, you're supposed to be my ally. And that's also not fair when enemies can use your attack against you. I do also like how similar to the Dark Nuts, how you get different... The appearance of the enemy will change depending on what hits you got onto them. The Stalfos can break apart in half, or you can get them to crumble right off the bat. Similarly, the Dark Nuts, you can chop off their breastplate, you can take off their helmet, and their tactics also change too. In that one, then you have to fight 2 little annoying scurrying enemies, whereas the Dark Nuts, sometimes they'll just go kung fu on your ass. I guess that's to make up for enemies don't really get difficult. Like, fighting the Stalfos is probably just as easy as fighting the originals, but it's because you can end up fighting them in different ways depending on what kind of hits you got in on them. It at least requires you to think differently with later enemies as opposed to, you know, just going through the motions throughout the entire game. I'm honestly surprised that changing into ice didn't cause them to drop. Like, what's going on? You're frozen. Your magic should cease to be functioning. You should plummet to the earth and shatter immediately.
Gravity is for lesser beings like peahats.
That's what I was gonna say, it's like the peahats fall.
I dread coming back into this room after taking out one of the side rooms, because there's always something bad in this central arena.
But isn't it only after you've cleared out all the rooms, so you're pretty good. It's only a problem if you lose count, which I could see happening.
I guess this place is a good area to loot joy pendants as well, because unless I'm mistaken, these guys drop them as well.
Yeah, I think any kind of bokoblin will have the chance of dropping them, because I'm pretty sure they have, like, drop percentages too, because why not, Nintendo? Let's waste more program space on stuff like that.
Oh boy, here we go, Dotjif.
Still love those golden armors. Like, I think if any enemy in this game deserves a figure, it should be Golden Darknut.
Uh-huh.
I'm honestly surprised. Well, not really surprised because it was right before, but I'm disappointed. Better word, yes. That this game came out a little bit before the Amiibo hype. Then I could have gotten a Wind Waker. Definitely Wind Waker Ganondorf amiibo. Want it so badly just because his design is so fucking good. Amiibo Tetra would be, yeah, up there too. But then we could get amiibo Golden Dark Nut. Or amiibo Helmrock King.
Do they even sell figures of, like, Wind Waker characters besides, like, Link?
I know that in Nintendo World they have Wind Waker, like, kind of like Lego, little playsets.
Ah.
And they're so cute. Nintendo World gets all the nice things.
Oh man, like, back when the Pokemon craze was, like, at its height, I used to scour magazines just looking for, like, order forms for Pokemon figures and the like, because it wasn't that common at the time, but then, you know, it exploded in Toys R Us and whatnot.
Yeah, now you can get plushies all over there. You can always find ways to get them from Pokemon centers that now look like Pokemon centers.
That's amazing.
Are we, like, out of soup or something?
How do you mean?
Do we have any soup?
No, but I will do by the end of the game.
See, this would have been going a lot better if you had paid Grandma a visit, like I told you to, and gotten some soup.
Well, it's not like she's going to appear and, like, karate chop the Dark Nuts if I drink that liquid.
No. Grandma is the Mickey mechanic in this game. Anytime Link falls, Grandma appears right the fuck out of nowhere and goes fucking ham on the enemies.
Dearie, don't worry.
Yes!
Jokes. Okay, let's get this shard and get the fuck out of here.
Will Link never tire of conducting the wind? No.
Just conducting to no one. Well, the goddesses maybe, I guess.
It's like Wind Waker conducting the wind only once. Never once. And then you see a before and after pic.
The penultimate part. It's very angular.
Well, you can definitely tell which part of the puzzle that will fit into.
Yeah.
Have you seen, I saw a picture of, it's called an impossible puzzle, and what happens is that the edge pieces don't have, like, rigid edges, they have additional, like, peg sides.
Oh, that's shitty.
And so everyone's like, why would anyone buy this? Like, I would buy it. And then I would never build it, I would just have it to show people, like, yo, check out this puzzle I got.
Give it to your friends and your enemies.
Especially your enemies. It's like, look, you look like you got some time to kill, so how about a nice, relaxing puzzle? Give that shit to Layton.
Okay, I guess we've got one more shard to find, and funnily enough, it's on our place of birth, so let's go back to Outset.
This is probably the least fun of them all. And that I'm including that with the Japanese Triforce 5, going through 7 charts to get to the shard. I would still rather do that than this Triforce shard.
Maybe I'll extrapolate what you're talking about here when we actually get into it, but I think it was done a little bit better in Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're not visiting Grandma.
I'm sorry, mate, I'm on a quest to save the world here. Grandma can wait.
Grandma cannot wait. Grandma can help you. That soup not only recovers your health, you get double damage.
And there's enough for 2 servings.
Exactly!
You pack that bottle full.
This is why this Let's Play's ruined.
You never really appreciate any of the hard work I put into these Zelda playthroughs.
Oh, I appreciated all the hard work. You visited Grandma from the beginning, and then you healed Grandma, and then it all went downhill from there. Does this guy remind you of Secret Squirrel?
A little bit design-wise, yeah. He reminds me a bit of Arano as well, because Arano's always like, oh.
Oh. I don't know who that is, but yes.
Game Center CX, you fucking plebeian.
Oh, well, excuse me, damn weeaboo.
Make sure the wind is set the right way. Don't pull an N-Tom at the flight platform scenario.
Oh, jeez. It's okay, you can just crossfade.
Look at those cardboard trees on the left.
Oh, not even the Wii U can save. Can save. It can't save it.
No.
Like, they were meant to look bad to begin with, because you're not supposed to look that way.
Well, even that rock is disappointed about what's about to occur.
Like, yeah, you really want to come in? Okay.
Be my guest. Welcome to the Savage Labyrinth. This is basically like, I forget the total number, but you have to go down at least 30 floors in order to get, in the original game, a Triforce shard. Here is just a shard. For your convenience, I've cut out 20 floors, so we're just going to do the last 10.
Oh, thank fuck.
Seriously.
Jeez. Like, Savage Labyrinth in Twilight Princess was pretty okay, because that was, like, it was meant to be a gauntlet, and you got a pretty interesting, not really, prize at the end. This, I don't know, I guess it's because it was their first go-around at doing this sort of dungeon design.
Yeah.
But it's bad. I don't like the Savage Labyrinth at all. And they do actually get better. I know, like, in Spirit Tracks, it's actually a mini game.
Yeah, and Dark Link is the boss at the end of it.
Yeah, and I actually have grown to really, really love the Tower of Treachery in A Link Between Worlds. At first, I fucking hated it and thought it was stupid as hell, but then when I learned, like what were the strategies per floor, and I actually had good enough items, like, that dungeon actually became really, really fun. And the fact that I could max out my wallet in it.
It's especially treacherous on hero mode, but, you know, in A Link Between Worlds, you can die within the first couple of hits.
Because it's a fun video game. And not a video game for babbies, not like this game, because it looks so cute.
I hasten to add that that's like right at the start of the game. It's not you die within 2 hits, like, near the end of it.
I honestly don't know if the trick is still in, but I do remember in original, you can at least hookshot part of the torches. And so what you do is you equip your iron boots, and you hookshot your way into the torch, so that you pull yourself directly over the hole. And then because you have the iron boots on, the recoil from the flame doesn't knock you as far back. So you hookshot yourself over the hole, and then you fall in, skipping the entire floor and having to fight all the enemies.
Nice.
Little tricks like that. And then it's just funny because they got to do it so many times. And they're like, alright, I got it once. Failed it, shit! And then they get it right 10 more times.
You can go past floor 30. I think the thing at the bottom of the Savage Labyrinth is just like a piece of heart or something, because at this point, you've gotten all the bottles. What else is there to get?
Yeah, you're right. I think the only optional item at this point that's equipable is the mask. But I don't think we're getting that.
The mask? I completely forgot about that. Let me look up what's at the bottom of the Savage Labyrinth.
I know it's not that, but I just wanted to let everyone know that we know about the mask. We know it's there. Are we gonna get it? No.
Okay. Oh, it is the hero's charm.
Is it?
Yeah.
No fucking way. I thought you got that from the shop. Well now.
No, you get the magic armor from the shop.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I was thinking.
What the hero's charm is like a little mask you can put on that allows the wearer to see the life gauge of the enemies, which in a Zelda game is kind of pointless.
Who gives a fuck? It's Scan or Libra if you really need the Final Fantasy parallel.
The armor is just like, it's more of a barrier than like physical armor, you know, like the stuff you'd find in Twilight Princess.
Yeah, but it does look like the spells from Ocarina of Time, so
yeah,
you know, everyone loves it. Hashtag best game of all time ever.
And it's purple as well, so you know it's getting that colour thing down.
Yeah, I forgot the hero's charm. I do like its design. I do like how silly it looks on him, because why not? It's an item you really shouldn't even be putting on in the first place, so if you do put it on, you should look like a goof.
It looks ancient as well, so it fits in with the aesthetic.
Yeah, I like when games will do that, where it's like, here's something that is stupid, and in using it makes you look stupid. Or similarly, like, I know in Castlevania Rondo of Blood, if you play Maria, she's essentially easy mode, because she is OP as fuck.
Mm.
But if you die, her game over screen is all cutesy and bubbly, and looks like it's from a cartoon. So it's like, you suck so bad, your game over screen sucks, because you're a big girl.
I was just having a walk around the arena just to make sure that nothing else is going to pop in, because that can happen.
Oh yeah, the buried enemies and such. I'm honestly surprised that they don't do that sooner with this little sand pit. Just have a whole bunch of the Mulgara babies pop up.
Yeah, good point.
Although they are probably a bit too big, because that boss arena was fucking huge.
It was, yeah.
Their little aprons just remind me of like a butcher outfit.
I think they're meant to be like, what, togas or something?
I don't know. Not up on my ancient fashion. I can barely handle putting on a t-shirt and jeans that match.
Oh wow, we're done.
Hooray! You did it, Tom, and I watched. Go me.
And just imagine if I kept in those first 20 floors. Yeah, it just wouldn't have been fun to watch.
But Let's Plays aren't meant to be fun to watch. It's about giving the viewer the real first-time experience view.
Well, really, you should be playing the game yourself before you're watching a playthrough of a game, but maybe that's just me.
You're just convincing yourself that people want to watch fun videos. It's a lie.
Alright, last shard, here we come, in 3. Oh, I decided to save first. Thanks, Tom, you're cock-blocking me from the past.
I don't even think saving would have saved you any time, because I'm pretty sure if like the game crashed between now and getting the chart, you'd still have to go through the whole labyrinth.
Past Tom's an idiot, okay. Current Tom is where it's at.
I wouldn't even be that harsh. I would just say past Tom was very tired and very cautious. We'll go with that.
Well, past Tom was very stupid, because you can very clearly see the way out there, you know, the tornado or air current leading you up. This way leads down into the labyrinth, so I had to fight through 10 more floors, but I decided to cut it out. So we go down, and then we come back up.
Oh, that's yeah, no, I've seen that logic before.
Oh god, it's so shiny and multicolored.
And too bad we don't need any of it.
Don't we?
No, we're good, dude.
Oh.
I mean, Grandma Soup is free. What else do you need to buy in this game?
Good point.
See, this is dumb right here, where we have to teleport out to teleport out to teleport out. That's just silly.
Yeah, it's like I put a cave in your cave.
I still did not get an answer for a term that describes that.
Oh, right, yeah, the thing you asked on Twitter.
Yeah, because I'm sick of people saying that, like, oh, it's caveception. It's like, no, inception meant to place an idea into someone's mind. It doesn't mean something inside of itself. So
Yeah.
I was trying to see if there was an actual term so that people could stop using inception.
Watch this, this is really dodgy. That's in the game.
That was really anticlimactic. Wow, that was... wow.
Yeah, not the best.
That really could have afforded its own cutscene, but again, this is the point where we had to cut a lot of shit, so that includes fancy cutscenes. I mean, we could have had something on par with the Tower of the Gods Rising. No, you just had to get this game released, didn't you guys? It just had to come out.
At least we get a nice dialogue-filled cutscene coming up.
At least Coral is nice enough to say, "Good job, dear Link."
Oh man, this is a friggin' dungeon-length part, and I am feeling every second of it right now.
We didn't even get a compass, not a treasure map. I can't even end the part by saying, that dungeon was pretty good, but I have some nitpicks about it. No, I got nothing to say.
Well, it's fine, because the next part is the penultimate one, and the one after that is the finale.
That's usually how penultimate and ultimate work.
Thank you, Mexi. Appreciate it.
So, you know that makes this the anti-penultimate part, right?
Triforce of Courage, take Mexi away and stop him from asking pedantic questions.
No!
I like how you did your own fade out there. What?
Was that really necessary? Also, Coral doesn't get it.
You're not related to the true hero, but in this timeline you are the true hero. I am the hero of winds! And Tom, hero of winds!
Oh, goody.
Wow, I have mastery over farts. Brilliant. Okay guys, we'll see you next time when we head back down to Hyrule, rescue Zelda and do all that good hero win shit. See you then.